What's happening, man? What's going on, man? Let me see what's going on. I just got an error message, man. Welcome into the show, man. Welcome into the show, man. Appreciate you guys being here on such short notice, man. But y'all don't act like y'all didn't know I was going live. Come on now. But welcome in, man. Appreciate everybody that is here and those that are watching on their tablets and stuff like that. We got about 9 eyeballs on this. I know you guys will have some other. And guess what? Once I introduce my special guest for tonight, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to run over to Facebook and be like, yo, did you know so-and-so is over there right now? I already know what's coming. I know how y'all get down because we got somebody amazing, man. If you were on the cruise before, right? I call this man Mr. Boots on the Ground. So that kind of gives you some indication of who's coming up next. You feel what I'm saying? But today, we're gonna be talking about the cruise. The cruise. And I just left Austin, Texas, and there were a group, a shout out to the podcasters. There were a group of people that were so amazed that Invicta is starting to do that thing again to where they signed up to go to the cruise, man. And yes, we're all going to enjoy ourselves. Hey, I see Don Juan and everybody, man. But you know what? I don't like to keep my guests waiting. And you know what? This is, wait a minute. Hold up. First and foremost, if I just met somebody on the street, that'd be a guest to my house, right? You know what I'm saying? But this cat, man, he know he ain't no guest, man. So like he can come in, go and take shoes off, get in the refrigerator, do what you gonna do. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I get down with this next person that's coming up. I bet y'all don't know who's coming. Who y'all think's coming up? Who y'all think it is? Who y'all think it is? Any guesses? I don't see none in the comment. Okay, I'm gonna bring him up, man. Welcome, my guest. Yo, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I love that intro. You got to give me a copy of that.
I got you. I got you, bro.
I was going to hide, but I forgot about the intro. I was going to be like, who's it going to be?
Yo, man, welcome on the lifestyle, man. I got my brother in arms, not a guest, but my brother in arms, man, Ryan Johnson. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. Just had dinner with my dad here. And yeah, I just want to be a part of the show here, talk some cruises because, you know, it's been, 3 years here back in 2023 when I worked with the Invicta Watch, Maryland Invicta Watch Group, Reserve Group. And we decided, like, heck, let's just do a cruise. And so it got such great response. You were there, Travis, and we had a couple hundred people there. And we just wanted to do some more. You reached out to me and just said, hey, man, I love this. I want to embrace it more. I want to be a part of it. I want to, you know, take the bull by the horns. And you definitely have with the collaboration out east. And then with the SoCal group too, they want to do something also. So it really lends an opportunity for those who either have gone on a cruise in the past and they missed it, or they just haven't been on a cruise yet. 2 different opportunities to go to either one, the other, or like what I plan on doing is going to both.
That's, man, and that's so okay. So me and you talked the other day, and that was the biggest thing is when we left the cruise, you know. And shout out to the Maryland group because I'm gonna just say this from my perspective, being a fan of the brand. I know AL don't just hand those keys over or collaborate with people unless you're like Star Wars, Shaq, or something like that, you know. And to see that there was a group that actually just kind of kicked the door in, I said, yo, there's a possibility for stuff. And then when I saw it, like we talked, and I said, okay, so we get to do our thing. And you know what? There's so many people behind the scenes, you know, everybody from 757, from Flossin, Invicta 202, like Victor Vets, which had an amazing event out there. And shout out to all the veterans. Y'all know how I feel about vets. Dude, all I can see is this thing going legs to where, like, it ain't gonna stop. It's nothing gonna be able to stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I have no issue with that. Right.
So here's the deal, y'all. And if you didn't catch what he was saying, I'm gonna show you something real quick. So you can either go East Coast or West Coast or both.
Correct.
Like if you can go,
Yeah.
so you got September is for SoCal, right?
Yep. Yep. September. It's September 7th through the 14th is actually the cruise dates, and it's
Okay.
leaving out of the port of Long Beach. However, Dickerson and Denise, for those who want to come in a couple days early, like I think they want, like if you can arrive on the 5th, they're going to be
Mhm.
doing some things to really give you the LA sort of tour and kind of get in
Oh, they're gonna be
and
doing a
see
tour.
everything too. So yeah, so you have the cruise, but then also just pregame for 2 days. He's going to be, or he, both Dickerson and Denise are setting up some really cool things to really give you that true LA experience. So, and that's the whole thing. What I love
Wow.
about it is that there are two different opportunities, like you said, and maybe the time doesn't work with some. I know with this last
Yeah.
cruise that the Maryland group did with me, that some people just couldn't make it, and it was
Right.
unfortunate. Or maybe it was just a little bit too far for travel, one coast to the other, because it is a long flight when you're coming from the West Coast to the East Coast, or East Coast to West Coast, vice versa. So it's two different locations, two different times out there. So hopefully anybody who wants to go is able to go at least on one of those cruises.
Man.
Hmm.
My girl Jen Vick is in here. Scott is in here. Alita Toro, the Toros, they are in here, which I absolutely love. That man. Oh, dude. You know what's crazy, bro? I'm gonna tell you something like this.
Yeah.
I'm the whole 3 year deal was a bummer, but I understand like the COVID just kicked the wind out of everything, you know. But now I'm just tripping off of this whole opportunity because like everybody get to eat, everybody get to come out and do some stuff. And I ran okay, so I just left Texas, bro, and I don't think I
Oh,
told you.
how's the barbecue, by the way?
Oh my gosh. Hey, if you guys go
This
to
guy
Austin,
was supposed to be
Texas,
about this high up in barbecue.
listen, hey, listen, my mother ate so much barbecue to like it put her out. She was gone. She was out, man. So that meme that you put, look, she had sauce. She was done, bro. Man, I had a big lemonade. I had some brisket and macaroni. And it was amazing. Oh my gosh.
Nice,
So I'm
nice.
telling y'all, you guys ever go out to Austin, Texas, go to Terry Black's, which is on I think it's in something Spring Mill Road or whatever. But then if you can't now, bro, there was a million people at this place. There
Yeah.
was like I counted almost 60 people ahead of me, and then there was another 20 behind me. I said, this is crazy.
Austin is
Nowhere to
cool.
park.
I actually went there in January of 2015. Remember, I think he was on before you started collecting Sean, but or I mean, Travis, was Sean Wilsey. I went down there to
Okay.
visit him, and he took me around. There's a lot of great food. The Bat Bridge was there, and then what I didn't realize is all the wineries just around there too. It was
Yeah.
it was cool. It was cool, and I had the
Yeah.
best. You know me and the Maryland guys. I like to do some pranking and everything like that. So let me tell you a little story. And this is a little bit off topic, but
No,
so
it's
we went.
go ahead.
So Sean was taking me around. I met him years ago at the network when I was modeling, and then for about a year we got to work together on air. And he was doing the late night shows, and that's when I was doing the late night shows and everything too. But when he went down to the LC Liquidation Channel, it was great. So we always had this thing that we were competing for who could have more Facebook followers or more Instagram followers and everything else. And he was way ahead of me, but I would start to gain, and then I would just do some calculations on my calculator on my phone and be like, oh, I'm only this far away, only 500 and so left. And it just to kind of go like this. Well, so we were always punking on each other. And we went to this winery. We did like a day of wineries. And first one we stopped at, he went to go use the restroom. And I told the bartender, I said, or the server, I said, hey, this guy, he's on TV. You probably don't know who he is, but just say he looks familiar and ask him if he's on TV because he's going to love it. And so all of a sudden, just to perfect, comes back. And then the server comes by and gives us some wine and said, hey, where have I seen you before? Are you on TV or like a shopping channel, I think? And you should have seen him. He had the biggest grin ear to ear. And And I'm texting his producer, telling what I'm doing, and like one of his coworkers, and he's just
Right.
dying laughing, right? So then we go to like the next winery, and on the way there, he's like, "Oh, who got recognized at the last winery, and who didn't? Was that me? Did I get recognized, Ryan? And you didn't,
Wow.
right?" And I'm like, "Okay." Did the same thing at the next winery, and I tell you, he was just,
Head just
that head
blowing
was
up.
just blowing up, and I am just dying on the inside. And I didn't tell him until I think after the trip. I just let him absorb it and everything else. But
Wow. Then
yeah,
you just yanked the
that's
rug from underneath them.
just pulled out that rug, and yep,
Wow.
exactly.
I
But
watched his pod. I know he has a podcast or
he's
something
got a
like that. I've
great
watched that.
podcast with
Yeah,
the home
I've watched
shopping
that.
industry. He's been in the industry for over 30 years. He's a really
That's
good friend of
crazy.
mine. We used to go. It was called WWWW, Weekly Walk with Wilsey. We would go for walks together. He would come up to the suburbs where I was. I'd go downtown where he was. We go walk around, have coffee. I think we probably even a couple of those times probably had some wine in the morning that we just put in our little backpack and just went for long walks and everything. I mean, just an all around great guy. Now he was out of the industry for a little bit, but he's now back with LC. So he's back doing what he's best at.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we got Jen Vick in the building, and Jen has yet to be on the cruise.
Yeah, that's right. There's
So,
mm-hmm.
Jen, pick which cruise you're gonna go on. If not, go on both. You have to pick. You got listen. Here's the thing. I don't even at this point, Jen. You're in the family. I don't think you have a choice. You have to pick a cruise. You have to pick a
Yep.
cruise. That's. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but that's just the way it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she
She said
didn't get a
yes.
chance. We had the last cruise, I think, just after she had started. I think she started back in 2019. I think my first show was on Bulldog with her, like in November 2019, like 4 years ago. And
Yep, yep,
we
yep.
had that last cruise in 2020 at the end of January. And I think if with COVID, when COVID exploded and started up, I think if we would have had that Invicta cruise another week later, I think all the cruise ships that were out a week after, they had to stay out.
Hmm.
And could you imagine
Yeah.
like 3,500
No.
collectors all on a ship for
Mm-mm.
what, months together?
Mm-mm.
That would
Nope.
have been crazy,
Nope.
man.
Nope. I mean, dude, nope. Mm-mm. I couldn't even
Mm-hmm.
imagine it, man. Like that's crazy. Because then, like, you're not connected to the outside world. You sit on this ship.
Right.
Oh man, you will be
They're just put
so.
You're
Oh,
confined to your room. The rooms are nice, but let's be real. I mean, they're, something you're not going to live in for a couple of months.
I know, man. Oh my gosh, that'd have been terrible. I would have been able to do my shows, man, from the room, dude. Oh no, I'd have been so upset. Hey, I need Wi-Fi free. I'm not paying for none of it. I need Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
But that Wi-Fi was spotty at best anyway. But I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine that, bro. I just couldn't, man. That'd have drove me crazy. That would
Mm-hmm.
have drove me crazy, man. So I'm okay. I do want to talk about this.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to go on the 2017 cruise, which I know Bob Cohen and some other people went. Um, but for the cruises I went on were amazing, right? And I thought that when this last cruise we went on, I said even though it wasn't a chartered, I think it was just the whole idea of Invicta people getting back on the water. You know what I'm saying? Because that was
Getting
enjoyable.
together in a
Yeah,
mass. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that was a beautiful thing, man. But like, so on this last cruise, like, okay, so some of your takeaways. What are some of the things that you loved about that cruise?
Well, the thing was, it's been a while. Well, I did go to a Godfather's barbecue, and just love being a part of that. That was just a little bit over a year ago, and then the next month I went out to one of the Maryland groups at Virginia Beach or Myrtle Beach, excuse me, and got in really late at night and met up with Anthony and G about midnight. We had a couple drinks, and nobody else knew that I was going to be there, and so I was going to
Right.
crash the expo the next day. That was a big plan, and we were just talking about it, and they're like, "Well, is there any cruise going on or anything like that?" And I just said, "No, nothing from what I've heard." And I said, I probably the words were "F it." let's just do one ourselves. And
Right.
and then they were already like, we've already been thinking about it. And right then it was just like, boom, they were on it, very diligent, just on the spot, on the phone, had everything going and organized. And, as you've already known, or you'll soon find out, there's a lot of work that goes into planning something like this. And
Yeah, boy.
hats off to them, and also Miss Ruby and everybody else involved to pull this cruise off, and for you and the whole collab, and also Dickerson and Denise to do everything. My hats off to everybody for that, because there's a lot of work that goes into getting that. But that's what it's all about. That was the real exciting thing for me, was for everybody to get together. you
Okay.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
people, whatever, you and I have talked about this. People have their opinions on this and that, or whatever that's going on in the world or people's lives, and all that just drops at the right when you step on the ship, and everybody's there, or when you're going
Yeah.
to a gathering, and it doesn't matter, everybody is just there for, and that's where you get to solidify these friendships that you've had online, watching your show, or watching, the show, and going on YouTube, or just through social
Right.
media. You actually get to see that person, hang out with that person, have a meal, laugh. You get to actually meet them. Like with
Yeah.
Vic and everyone, and um, that's really the big thing that goes along with it, and it just really just fuels my adrenaline with the camaraderie that goes along with it. And I've always said it on the show, it's like my favorite aspect about the job is just being around the collectors, and it's still true.
Well, I can attest to that, man, because just like if you're in the distance, and guys, I'm telling you this, if you've never cruised with Ryan, he's in everything, man. It's times I'm like, okay, bro, go get you some rest, man. Like
Yeah.
go sit down somewhere. Like, you're everywhere, bro. You're everywhere. You're doing stuff. People pulling you here, pulling you there. But the biggest thing, just to piggyback off what you were saying, we've had talks and discussions about what goes on in the community. And one thing about family that I do know is you do have those bumps. You do have those moments where you don't agree on some stuff, but I want, you know what I'm saying? Just like I said, I told you the other day, keep in mind that all of this started with a watch. Your love for a watch brought you to the table, and then you had the network to where you can chat and look and stuff like that, and then develop these relationships. And I understand that it don't always work out to your best interest, but at the end of the day, just like you said, when you got on the ship, for case in point, when I went on the Maryland's cruise, one of the first people I saw was Nightwing. When I
Hmm.
walked in,
Juan.
I'm
Yep.
looking at, like, I'm looking at, I'm putting on my stuff, and like I'm so hyped just to get there. I said, I'm running, I'm forgetting stuff. Like I said, I got to get to the people, got to get to the folks, and just to say, yo, what's happening? I love that. Is nothing greater
Yeah.
for me. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Than to
I
to
get
to
it.
do something like that. So, yeah, and I also get. I want to go out. I've never been on the West Coast ever, except
Hmm.
for, I mean, the furthest west I've ever been was Colorado, which is amazing. Downtown Denver, oh, amazing,
Yep.
amazing. But I've never been to California, man. And I had talked to Dickerson about, I want to say, a week before he launched the news for that cruise,
Yep.
and I believe he asked me, if, would I go on a cruise out there? I said, man, I've never been to Cali. And he mentioned that, he, like, I think we know, matter of fact, we talked about that before any cruise talk happened. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, man, if you guys ever come out
Hmm.
west, I'll give you the full tour. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
I've yet, I
Yep.
think Vic went out there, him and Janet went out there for Disneyland or something like that. I'm not sure if he got up with Dickerson, but I know he
Hmm.
did send that offer out to him that he would show him
Yep.
around. But I mean, again, bro, we're about to have, like, this is groundbreaking. This is another historical moment in time. I'm waiting for the Netflix special. When are you gonna get your own Netflix special?
I don't know, man. I'm working on it. I mean, I'm already on TV, so I just gotta maybe transition another segment over to that Netflix thing. So yeah,
Ah,
that'd be
man,
cool.
look, man. Um, okay, so let me ask you this. I'm about to turn up, put you on the spot a little bit.
All right.
Let's say Ryan Johnson is picked to be a judge during a collector's event on a cruise.
Okay.
Just a little tidbit. what is something that you would be looking for as far as watches? What would you like to see as far as Invicta collectibles?
Well, now I can't judge my own watch battle, right?
Hmm.
No, I'm joking.
Hey,
I think
hey.
something it would be one big thing that I would really look at is something you don't see too often. Something
Okay.
something around there. Like it could be, just something that we didn't do a full production run of a numbered limited
Mm.
edition. Something that something that you just don't see all that often, or be pretty cool to see some number ones or low numbers. Anything
Oh
under a
yeah.
10 in a limited edition would be cool to see. Watches that I say BIR, before Invicta Ryan, would be cool to see. And Bob Cohen probably has that pretty much
Oh
handled
yeah.
right
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you because I pulled out like three watches. What would you
Okay.
say about something like this?
Sub Aqua number 5,
Yes, sir.
green, which is
Mm-hmm.
something I haven't seen before. Is it I can't quite tell from, is it the G10 on the inside
It's
or
yes,
50,
sir. It's the G.
40D? Okay.
It's the G10.
Yeah.
At the
Where'd you
G10
get that?
from another collector, but I get shout out to Kenny, man. I got that from him about a year ago, and
Mm-hmm.
he was offering it up, and I jumped on that, bro, because I remember in 2018 you guys had some other colorways, and after 2018 I didn't see them anymore. They were like completely gone. So when I saw he had that, I said, "Yo, you want to sell or trade or something?" He said, "I let it go." I was on that thing. I had to grab that.
Yeah. I have two. I have one on a bracelet with the SW500 on the inside, and I was talking to a collector about a watch. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really love this one. And actually, all of a sudden, then it showed up at my mailbox one day, and that was a Sub Aqua number 5, the black
Mm.
strap rose gold quartz caliber on the inside.
Sheesh.
And that is something that I want us to bring back, is that Sub Aqua number 5. That thing just fits like a dream on the wrist, just whether
Mm.
it's a bracelet or the strap.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, this is a watch I'm gonna show you next that I would love to see come back. I
Yeah,
would
the
love to see that.
jailbreak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I tell you what, seeing that I know that I had talked to a watchmaker down in Austin, and I want to tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Just
Is
full
that the
disclosure.
one with the quartz? Is that a quartz, or is that the
No,
SW
no, this
200?
this this the SW 200.
Yep.
Yep. So, and I actually have an Imperious one too. I
Yep.
have an Imperious in black. Full disclosure, me and Ryan did not talk about this, so he don't know what I'm about to say. On the show, you were on the show. You and Jim Vick were talking, and You said that when AL acquired the 7750s and the 28, I mean the 24, 28, 28, 24s. Am I saying that right?
2824s. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2824s.
The other movements, right? And you say, hey, this is it. I just literally talked to an independent watchmaker, and he said, Etta just allowed me the last batch. We can't do any more after this. So we're going to have to modify Salida 200s from this point going forward. He literally just told me that. So I just want to throw that out there because I know that when you're on the show, when you're watching it, we listen, we hear, we've been a part of the family. New people come in, they're like, man, they saying they ain't got no movie. I'm pretty sure they got more.
Mm-hmm.
Edda's not selling to
Yeah,
nobody.
you go
And
to the. I say that you go to the website, type in at eta.ch, type in 2824 7750. It says your search yielded no results, and so there's nothing there. Now we'll use the Salida SW 200, which is comparable to the
mhm.
2824. We'll use the SW 500, which was, do you know the story behind that at all or not?
What the Salida?
Yeah, with the Salida and everything, because, well, I'll just say too, the Meccano R150 is right in there too with that three hand movement. But
Mhm.
so the story, I believe, goes with Salida, is that Salida, I think they started maybe in the 50s, 60s, around there, and they would assemble mechanical movements, and they did for
Mm-hmm.
ETA. Back when ETA started in, with the 7750 back, I believe in 1973. I don't know if it was right then, but Salida was the one who they were putting everything together. And so
Mm.
they were putting all these movements together, and then basically ETA decided to just do it in house with the Swatch Group and everything else, and so Salida didn't have anything to do. And I mean, that was like their big clients. That was what they did. So they had the parts. They had the parts relationships out there. They had the know-how of how to do it, the relationships out there in the industry. So that's where they came out with the Salida SW 200, which is similar to that 2824, and also the 500, which is similar to the 7750. And I believe in the watch industry, the patents go for 20 years, and then you can
Mm-hmm.
have something quite similar. So the 500s are pretty similar. I think the Salida actually has like a 62-hour power reserve. I think it has even a higher power reserve than the 7750, but you got the same
Mm.
layout that goes along with it and everything. So that's how Salida was born. And Salida really took off. And even at one of the international watch fairs out at Basel World, Salida had paid for their booth. It might have been 2015. Salida
Mm-hmm.
paid for their booth because, I mean, the booths are crazy. Like
Mm.
what goes into building it and the
Yeah.
infrastructure there, and just the space to have it, right? I mean, it's, millions of dollars. I mean, I think Swatch Group probably had tens of millions, maybe $50 million in expenses just when they were there. I mean, it was insane,
Jeez.
right? And so where was it? Oh, Salida, they didn't have any movements. They were out. Like they produced only so many, but people were putting in orders they were like 2 or 3 years out, and they didn't have anything to show anybody because they couldn't take out orders any further. So they were just there. If somebody came by, like if they went like, "Hey Al, how are you? Good to see you again. Don't have anything for you right now." But those are some
Wow.
great movements too, and it'd be nice if we could get some more. But we just try to get what we can, and then we just select some special watches to put, you know, those Swiss movements on the inside.
Now I do know the Salida factory. I think there was like a backlog on that because their factory got hit by a tornado or something like that. So I think the front end of it, they suffered a lot
Mm-hmm.
of damage and lost a lot of movements and parts and all this other stuff. So I know that was a scramble, and some companies switched over to getting the Miota 9000 series, 9015s,
Mm-hmm.
9039s, and stuff like that. And I think what the Miota 9075 is the I forgot what that GMT. I think that's a
Yeah,
GMT.
yeah.
But um, that gives Japanese movement some I guess some stress. I guess it's a blessing and a curse because people are like, man, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. After coming from Austin and watching all these independent watchmakers and then looking at all the other brands that are fighting for position, I seen that, and as I was coming back through the airport, I seen that you posted a
Mm-hmm.
Swiss made 52 millimeter beauty, right? New
Mm-hmm.
design, all right?
Brand new
And
design,
dude, I was like,
bracelet and strap version. Mm-hmm.
that had, I mean, okay, somebody's listening over there in Invicta because I know people been complaining about that for years. We want Swiss made back. We want Swiss made, and you got it
And
in
that's
this at a price that I think was pretty nice.
yeah, yeah. Well, we had a 20% off coupon, so you're saving about
I
100.
saw that.
Yeah, you're 140, $150 off the 710, 720 that we were. Jen and I had it out last night. So, but yeah, I mean, that's, we wish we could do more. But, the thing is too, I mean, the big thing is, the movements out there. And that's where the whole Swiss Royale started, is because
Mm,
people wanted Swiss made, and they wanted Swiss made chronograph, with a Swiss made timepiece. And that's where the
right, right.
whole Swiss Royale was dubbed with the first one, and we weren't able to have all Swiss made timepieces in the second one, but we still had some out there. But you're still getting just an amazing watch. I mean, that's just for what you get with Invicta, it just is unmatched out there.
So you guys, you may have some trouble in the comment section, bro. So Ripsaw Joe wants a Swiss made Ripsaw, but then Vic is like, I want my Magnum. Oh my gosh. Hey, I think that Joe, I hear you, bro, but I think Vic has been he's been waiting in line for this Heritage Magnum for like 3 years. That man is about to blow a gasket, man, for this watch, man.
Hmm.
AL, if you watch it, man, or somebody get back, or Ryan get back to, man, we need to get this man a watch. Hey, a matter of fact, everybody, let's do this. Let's do a GoFundMe and put it all together so we can get Magnum Vic his dream watch. We'll pay AL just to make one of one just for
Just to
Vic.
make
How
one.
about that? Yeah. Just to make one Magnum. So don't be stingy. Go ahead and put that in there, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If for those watching right now, if you have ideas, send those ideas. You can send them to me via email, invictacollectors@gmail.com, and I'll see what we can do. Now, the other thing too, Travis, is we're talking about the cruises, and
Hmm.
just if people want more information, how if they're watching right now, they want to know about the East Coast cruise and the West Coast cruise. I mean, I do have a flyer here for the West Coast cruise, and I know you have some info. So, how should we facilitate that info out there to everybody?
So what I've done is, if you look down in my description box right now, anybody that's watching, I have a link that's going straight to SoCal, and then I have a link that's going over
Okay.
to the group that, yeah. So you guys, it's real easy, and y'all know I'm gonna be talking about this thing until we own the cruise. So it's going to be crazy, and there's going to be a series of things happening, though, bro, because we got New York next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm going out to Manhattan, and we're going to start the battles. And now that's going to be something major, that if you come out to New York, that's actually going to carry on to the cruise, because when I talked to what was it? Was it Jessica? I talked to somebody over there at the purchasing agent, and they want to have a battle. And what we're going to do is we're going to start the battles come April. We're going
Hmm.
to go all the way into the cruise. The cruise is going to be the championship bout. So with that, there's going to be trophies. That you're going to get a prize. Still working on the cash prize type of deal, but yeah, it's going to be the first time. You still get the dog tags and stuff like that. This is going to be major. You know what I'm saying? And now, one thing that they told me over there at the shop, they're going to facilitate. They're going to give the winner a watch as well. So you'll be able to walk away with a lot of stuff, and maybe a portion of the money that you put on the cruise will be coming right back to your pocket. We're working on that right now. So yeah, it'll
Okay.
behoove you. It'll behoove you to do this. Now, I'm gonna tell you something else about the culture, though. Is Ryan? I started that battle thing as actually that started like right after COVID. I watch verses. I watch, the R&B artists going against each other. I watch rappers going against each other. And I said, that'd be dope, man, if we had watch collectors putting their watches up in such a battle. Which brings me to this next one. RJ, it seems that somebody called you out in the battle, bro. Somebody, somebody said they want all the smoke that you can give them, and I'm just passing along. I'm just a humble servant, just giving the people what they want. And this guy, he said, "Hey," and if y'all don't know what it is, it's Dave D.
Yep.
You heard it here first. And he said he wanted a piece of Ryan Johnson. Pause. In the watch battle. Get your mind
All
out the
right.
gutter, y'all. This is a family show. And also, I was on Instagram earlier, and there's two more people. Richard also, Mr. Invicta versus Vic.
Yep.
So I'm saying, like, this is about to be crazy. This is about to be crazy, man. And I don't know if you see, hold on, where is it? I have something here. There he is. I have an actual trophy.
Ah.
Already made up for somebody.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. And there's one more element that's going to go with that, and you won't be able to see that until the cruise. I'll be giving some little sneak peeks of it as the year goes by, but I'm looking forward to this cruise. And real talk, I hope you guys, will be able to attend this cruise next year, either or. I know some people, you guys have plans. I know Vic said he has something like this, his 30th anniversary or something like that. But if you can attend either cruise or both, man, y'all listen. If you've never been on it, RJ, I mean,
Yeah.
we had a ball. We had
Oh
a
yeah. I
ball.
mean,
Dinner time, pictures, you get to play, and the ships are amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's always something to do. I mean, on the ship, you get the chance of a lot of people I think just haven't even cruised before on the ships, and so you can do excursions on the shore and everything else. So I mean, there's always something to do, always bumping into somebody. It's such a great time.
Yeah,
Oh, look
Jen
at
Vic,
this.
to answer your
Someone
question,
wants to be a cruise.
yeah. So Jen Vic, you can definitely be one of the judges. And it'd be nice too, man. RJ, when we do have the battle, of course, you could be like we could host it.
Mhm.
I'm going to be dressed to the nines. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my RJ attire the way you did Swiss Royale. That
Mhm.
I'm doing that. Yeah. So I'm actually taking page out your book.
Okay.
So
Cool.
thanks,
I'll,
Richard. Appreciate it.
I'll send you a wardrobe guide.
Hey, I already know, man. Hey, you like one of the best dressed people on shop,
Uh,
man, bro. Speaking of which,
mhm. Yeah.
I would love to see more people participate if they can from Shop HQ and stuff like that. I think it'll be just a great experience for us all. Jen Vic, I hope you'll be able to come out as well and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
experience it
I
because
agree.
it's crazy.
So
It's
what I did
crazy,
is
man. Hold on.
I did talk to the network about it when I talked to you and also Dickerson, and it just told them about we
Mhm.
have two cruises coming up here in 2024, and to not schedule any shows during that time because collectors will be collectors will be on the
Right.
ship and we won't be watching most likely and everything else, and then I'll be out of town and everything too. So the network told me that they'll work on then scheduling just around the cruises then too, which makes
Okay.
sense. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Hey,
yeah.
they can run Casio that week.
What's that?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can run.
yeah, why
They
not?
can run
Hmm.
Casio. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah,
Constantine Rice.
New
You know what I'm saying?
Bayo and
Like,
stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of great brands there.
yo, okay. So I'm kind of changing gears here. Anybody that's never been on Shop HQ, I'll tell you what. Before the bankruptcy, they had a number of brands there. And it's crazy that after the bankruptcy, you guys have way more options and you have some different options, watch options. They have some watch options. Oh my gosh. I'm talking about some stuff. I'm like, this is crazy. So they got some Swiss made options. They're all I'm gonna tell you is go to shop, go to watches, and just click all, and it's gonna be alphabetical, and you
Yep,
just go straight
by
down
brand.
to Z, and just knock, man, just go and look. It's so much stuff in there.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
yeah.
crazy. You got the glycine, of course.
Hmm.
Glycine is probably one of the most slept on Swiss made timepieces out there. I'm just gonna keep it 100. You don't hear too many people talk about because I remember I used to watch those glycine commercials. You guys shop it. Well, it was I think Evine used to do them back in the day. It was a
Hmm.
guy that had it was a pilot and they used to
Pilot.
have like a
Yep.
plane and all this other stuff. I was like, and I used to watch them back in it. That was sheesh, I think what 2015 or something like that. That was a
Hmm.
long time ago. So
Yeah, yeah.
was it
It's a great
Evine
brand.
then
I
or
had a
Shop
couple of those.
NBC? I think it was Shop NBC.
So it used to be, I think, CVN, then Value Vision, then
Yep.
Shop NBC, then it
Hmm.
was Evine, then it was Shop HQ, then it was Evine Live, and then it was Shop HQ again. So,
Yeah.
mhm,
I see you guys
yeah,
changed your logo over there too. It's fancy.
yeah. There's a new logo now that you'll see that is done with the white and the blue, and actually, it's interesting too. There's a well with the Shop HQ and the rebranding the second time. The building actually was painted black and yellow, and
Mm.
there's new carpet put in, and the walls were black and yellow and white, depending on what wall it was in the building and everything else. The doors were, more of just a wooden color, and they painted those black to just kind of go along with that theme. Now when I just walked in last night, I hadn't been there for like 11 days. That now some of the painting is being done in the building again to go along with those new colors here for the new branding. So, but I'm really glad they kept the same name, Shop HQ. I think that's been the best name out of all the different names that have been around. Evine, I have no idea like what that meant. And there's a story that goes along with why that was, but I can't really talk about it. But
Okay.
they sold it like, well, it's Evine. Like nobody knows what an Evine is, and they're like, well, nobody knows what Amazon is. But it was just that was just a bad name. So in my personal opinion. So
You're not the only person, because a buddy of mine, he's like, hey bro, what Evine mean? I was like, I don't know. It's just
exactly.
a shop. Down. Hey, do they still make Renato? I don't think they still make Renatos, bro. I don't even know if those are in production anymore. I don't
I
think
don't
that.
think I don't think Renato is around. They Renato was a great manufacturer. Daniel Mink, I believe his name was, had some cool
Yeah, bro.
watches.
I don't think they're not in production anymore. I was looking over
Mhm.
here to see they're not in production
Yeah,
anymore. But I mean, yeah, but
you
like
know,
if you guys haven't, just go check it. Like go over there and just hit watches and hit all, and just go through each list, man. It's a lot of watches over there to pick from.
yeah, yeah.
Just throwing that
Yeah,
out
I
there.
mean, it's been really cool. With the network filed for the bankruptcy, and then it was purchased, and this whole new breath of fresh air has gone into everything at the company with the new owner and stuff. So it's a good thing for everybody involved. So
Okay, but never did. Haven't seen anything from the account in a while, sadly. Yeah, they just updating on here. That's one thing I love. One thing I love about social media and everything, like how everybody interacts. You have a question, somebody knows the answer to it. I don't care who. Like, it's just throw it out there. You're going to get it answered one way or the other. So we're not going to keep you all evening, man. So my biggest thing though, Ryan, is I wanted to get the information out to people, and because I know
yeah,
some people was kind of confused. Like, is there one? Is there two? What are you guys doing? Like, no, you have a
yeah,
West Coast and you have an East
yep,
Coast,
East Coast,
and
yep,
RJ is going on both of them. You know what I'm saying? Because he
yep,
support. Which again, bro, you live up to that name. I told you, bro, Mister Boots on the ground. And
mhm,
I respect you for your effort. I respect you for like what you mean to the community, because you're not just some dude on TV. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that, y'all, because I've been around the man enough to say, hey, this dude legit. You know,
mhm,
I recall back to when you first gave me your phone number, you was like, hey, bro, look, I don't give
mhm,
my number out to just anybody. I said, say less.
mhm,
Nobody would never know. But, I remember you say, hey, like we would text each other, like, hey, I just got a text from Trap. And when you dropped that, they were like, hey, you talk to RJ? Yeah, bro,
mhm.
like go on a cruise, talk to him. It's that easy.
Yeah,
It's that easy. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But I
You're
do
pretty
appreciate what you
approachable.
made to yeah, you know what I'm saying? And great to be around when we drinking and stuff like that, man. RJ is a funny dude. He's a, low key comedian, man. Y'all don't get to see that on the network.
Yeah, I don't get a chance to do that too much. Although it was funny. After this, I'm going to post a funny. I don't know if you saw it. It was with Aaron Newberg, where I was on this bed doing a little watch modeling, and I didn't realize it was one of those beds that you can press the button and you can lift up the foot of the bed or the head of the bed and
Hmm.
everything. And the floor director had the remote and just started lifting my feet up. And then Aaron started busting out laughing. I'm going to post that on my Instagram page after this, because it was just I'd like to try to do that, because I do screen records of like cool things that happen, but then also funny things that happen during the show. So
Hey,
you can
your
actually
your
you can ask Jen. She said something funny last night. We did a screen record, but you got to go back and find it. That was pretty funny.
okay. Your
Hmm.
opponent, your opponent is in there. You know what would be nice though. Before we go, if you go down to Miami, AL is so gracious. He may even allow us to go the hub. And wouldn't
Hmm.
that be an amazing thing for Dave D to go on this cruise and meet Invicta Ryan? And Ryan got his case, Dave D got his case, and they do the showdown at the hub. That would be,
That'd be
woo!
cool. That'd be cool.
That'd be crazy.
Hmm.
Mm. It'd be nice though. What'd be nice is if AL was there, he could be the guest referee.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
whoever, that
who
that would
knows?
be nice.
Who
That would be
knows?
nice.
I gotta see what Dave. Got to kind of do some little online snooping and see what Dave's got, and see if I even have
And
a
you know what?
chance.
Here's the bad thing
You know,
is he is
and I
not on social media, so you at a disadvantage.
so that's
You
all
are.
right. I would be happy to lose to him. So if it comes to that, but you never know. I might have a couple zingers in the background. So you never know.
Hey man, okay, so here's the deal, bro. For those people that don't know you, because I have a community of people outside of the Invicta community, where
Yeah.
can they find you on social media?
Yeah, it's basically Invicta Ryan across the board. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You want to send me an email, it's Invicta Collectors. That's plural, Invicta Collectors at gmail.com. And if I don't get back to you, some people get all pissed off. Like, why didn't you? It's been like 3 minutes since I emailed you and I haven't heard from you. I'm just like, dude, give me a break, you know? Here's what happens when I open up my Instagram page. You know, where you get the little hearts and everything up at the top,
Yeah.
of followers, tags, and messages. A lot of the time, I'll do a screenshot of it sometime. It goes 100, 100, 100. So
Mm,
that's but if here's the thing, if I don't get back to you, don't take offense. Just send me a note again, so you're up at the top of my inbox, and just say, hey, missed it first time around or whatever. Got this question for you, and I should be able to get back to you
yeah.
then. So don't take it
Yeah.
personally, but sometimes I get inundated. Yeah.
And I can tell you from experience, man. Listen, I know outside of this, RJ's a busy guy. You know what I'm saying? Then he just raised. And then Noma, how's Noma doing?
Yeah, she's doing great. She's just over one. She turned one in the middle of September, so she's
Wow.
14 months old.
Okay.
She's a real smart dog. She's about 60 pounds. She's probably hover around there, maybe gain a little bit more, but she loves just running at the dog parks and hanging out with other dogs and meeting other people, and she's just so
Man.
well behaved and just a really cool dog. But she's got that. When I've come home a little bit later at night, she didn't know who it was. She'll let, if there's an intruder there, she'll let them know that they should probably get the f out. But you know, but
No, she's well
coming up
trained.
to
I've seen her on the network.
but yeah, but coming up to anybody, she's super sweet. But that was the thing, is we didn't know, like, even walking down the street, the sidewalk, sometimes people will go to the other side of the sidewalk because they have this preconceived notion with that, stigma that goes along with the breed. But the breed is
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
super intelligent, super sweet. I mean,
Hmm.
you look up Dobermans online, and you'll see that they're just cuddling in the bed, or taking care of the babies, just like the little infants and everything. I mean, they're just an
Oh, they great
amazing,
dogs.
amazing breed.
They are great
Yeah,
dogs. I can't wait to meet, bro. I got to get up there
yeah,
to you so I can meet her, man, for the first time. Bring her my little gifts to her, little doggy treats and stuff, man. I can't
yeah,
wait to do that.
yeah. She loves
We'll
treats.
schedule.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we'll schedule something, man, and work that out, man. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ryan Johnson. He's going to be on these cruises with us, man. He's one of the best ambassadors Invicta can ever have. If he left, it's just over. Invicta might as well just close up, just go home. Hey, but no, seriously, man, it's an all around nice guy, man. One of the greatest men I've ever met in life outside of this, man, is very giving. And I've seen like charitable work. This man works so hard on so much stuff across the board. Inspiration, because I've actually done some stuff based off of what you've done before. So again, I salute
Yeah.
you because, like I called you, Mr. Boots on the Ground. Everybody that's been in the chat that's talked, Jim Vick, Richard also, my family. I'm gonna just say this, family. Thank you guys for watching. Share this out. Let everybody know about the cruises. If you need to know any information, go down there and follow us on Facebook. You can follow Flossin 757, Ticks and Sticks. You can follow the ladies group, Invicta Vets, SoCal, Maryland Invicta Reserve Group. All of these people will have some type of information on things. And
Mhm.
then on top of that, you can post your watches and talk about your life. If you graduated from college, if you sick, we pray for you. The whole nine. You get
Yeah.
everything. Best of both worlds, man. You got anything, Con,
Love it.
before we go, bro? What you got to tell the people?
Hey, I just want to say I truly appreciate you. You've become a great friend of mine, and just a spectacular person. And I admire you
Thank you.
in many different ways for what you do, what you've done. You've served our country, and you
Thank you.
just rally behind everybody and just get everybody excited here, just for everything that goes on with Invicta. And big family man too, and I highly respect that also. So just can't say enough about you, brother. So appreciate it. Happy to be here for you.
Man, appreciate you, man. So with that being said, family, thank you guys for viewing, man. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all be blessed.